Hi Libra, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So this is your Gypsy Tarot Love Spread, and this is between the 1st and the 15th of September. You get your Gypsy Tarot Love Spread between the 1st and the 15th of the month, and you also get your Celtic Cross as well, general reading. You'll also get a follow-up reading from the 16th until the 30th of the month, or the end of the month, okay? And a Celtic Cross, okay? Now, the Celtic Crosses I'll be appearing now because I haven't been on screen for a long time and I like to connect with my audience, all right? So that's just to let you know what's going on. Let's then get into your, Libra, get into your love spread. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for Libra? Show me Libra, Sun, and Rising signs. Show me Libra, Sun, and Rising signs. Show me Libra, Sun, and Rising signs in terms of their love lives in the first 2 weeks of September. So that's the 1st to the 15th of September. Show me Libra, Sun, and Rising signs. Libra, Sun, and Rising signs. Show me Libra, Sun, and Rising signs. And I only want to see their love lives in the first 2 weeks of September. Show me. Split the deck into 3 like so. We're going to collect it back up. By the way, I forgot to mention I'm using my Rider-Waite Tarot and the Romance Angels for advice. Okay, so let's start laying your cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There you go. Okay, let's make a start. What's your situation? Well, it's the Emperor. The Emperor in terms of Libra, in terms of love, this could be a cold, hard lover. Sometimes when you get the Emperor, it can be a father figure, somebody who's quite logical, they're quite wise. The Emperor sometimes shows up for, you know, an older lover, somebody who's, you know, a little bit older than you. This could be somebody in their 40s, usually 50s onwards, that type of thing. The Emperor is all to do with setting boundaries. It can be about when you're, you know, building a very strong unit with another individual, building a very strong team. But I want to see what mentally and emotionally, you know, how you're responding to that. Well, strength. That's interesting. See, the strength card, in terms of love, it can mean that you've got some form of a bond. Mentally and emotionally, with the strength card, you might feel quite strong. However, if this is an oppressive individual, the strength card can mean to feel suppressed and oppressed by another individual. Almost like somebody has a hold over you. So I don't know whether there's anything like that going on. We don't see strength in the reverse, which is a weakening of that energy. It's still in the upright. So for some of you guys, strength can mean to hold on. It can still mean to have confidence in a situation. I want to see what the reason is for that, though. Well, there you go. You got the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups is about disinterest. So mentally and emotionally, it's difficult with the strength card because this is either about withdrawal and not doing anything about a situation because it's best to temper this rage or temper this passion. The situation is around an Emperor. Some of you guys, it might be that you're setting a few boundaries here, Libra. Mentally and emotionally, maybe for some of you guys, it's best to kind of hold back a little bit with that strength card. What's the reason for that 4 of Cups? So it might be for some of you guys, there is a lack of interest in love or in a particular person. For some of you guys, it might be that there's a person around you. But I feel that because this is the reason for this, it couldn't be that you feel oppressed. It might be mentally and emotionally you feel oppressed by an individual here. What's the reason for that? Well, it might be that actually you're not particularly interested in having a relationship with them, which is what the 4 of Cups often is. It's a lack of interest in a relationship or, you know, having a new relationship with someone or developing or exploring the feelings of love. It does show up often for that, being selective as well. Let's have a look at what's going on around the present situation for Libra. 3 of Wands is the situation. So 3 of Wands can be third-party situations, but it can also be waiting. It can also be trying to launch something new in terms of love with that 3 of Wands energy. It can also be connecting with people from afar. What's going on around that situation? Well, we've got the Knight of Wands around love, and the Knight of Wands around love often means something very quick. It can mean a one-night stand, it can mean quick sex, but it can mean somebody. I think that the Three of Wands, it might be some of you guys are looking to launch something new. What is it that you're looking to launch new? Well, the Knight of Wands, for some of you guys, this could be travel, but I feel that this might be a person around you. I want to see what the reason is for that person show. Well, because of the Tower. Alright, there seems to have been a breakup here for some of you guys. I feel that you are launching, you're looking for new love. I would say probably with this card for some of you guys, because you've got the Knight of Wands showing here. This is the situation, the Three of Wands, launching something new. Around that, what are you doing to launch something new? Knight of Wands is about going out there, seeking fun, seeking pleasure. It's a pleasure seeker. Could be because some of you guys have gone through some form of a breakup with that Tower energy here, which is why around your mental and emotional, this Emperor card here, the Emperor is a difficult one. It can represent someone in your life when it comes to love, usually somebody older or somebody who's got great presence, they've got great importance within your life, is usually the Emperor. But mentally and emotionally, how are you feeling about that? Well, it might be that you've got a lot of inner confidence. What have you got inner confidence about? Well, it might be the inner confidence is about a lack of interest in starting anything with this person or continuing with this relationship. Because this is your mental and emotional, Libra. This is how you're mentally and emotionally responding to this situation here. So this is about self-restraint, but it's also about inner knowledge when you get the strength energy showing up. So the thing that there's an inner knowledge going on here with this strength energy. Okay? And what's happening here is that inner confidence and that inner knowing with the Strength card is based on the Four of Cups, and that's a lack of interest. So I feel that some of you guys, it might be there's a lack of interest. Also, if this isn't a person, then this situation is about setting those boundaries, putting things into order when you've got the Emperor energy. And mentally and emotionally, there is a sense of needing to be very choosy, I feel, with the Strength card. It's not about going out there and sleeping with everything and finding everything that you want. But it's based on the notion, I feel, as well, of the Four of Cups. And that is to be very, very selective. So it could be one or the either or the other for some of you guys here. I do think that you're pursuing something new here. The situation is about pursuing, because the situation is around the Three of Wands. And around that, what we've got is what you're doing around that, what you're experiencing is the Knight of Wands. Some of you guys, it might be that you're experiencing, especially if you're connecting with others, it might be that you're experiencing one-night stands here, because Knight of Wands is the card of the one-night stand, quick sex, that's it. Might be because there was a breakup. So I'm not saying you're promiscuous or anything, Libra, but you might, some of you guys might be experiencing quick relationships with the Knight of Wands because there's been a breakup. For some of you guys, it might be that you're pursuing stuff, especially online, maybe internet dating, that type of thing, because of the Tower. I think there's been some breakups for some of you guys. What's going on in your hopes? Well, Judgment is the situation. Judgment is about release. So some of you guys are possibly looking for rebirth, release in a situation. But what are your hopes around this Judgment? Well, I feel the Seven of Swords is to move on here, because we've got a Judgment here and you're hoping for the Seven of Swords. So if you're hoping for a Seven of Swords, I feel that the hope is really to avoid or to escape something, because the Seven of Swords is about escape. It's not always about deceit. It's not always about underhandedness. It can also be a card of escape. So I feel that your hopes are for the Seven of Swords. This is some form of an escape here, because the situation is about judgment, rebirth, awakenings, changes. And I feel that the hope would be that you could escape something here. What is it you're looking to escape? Well, what? Justice. Well, no, it's because of that. We're looking for the reason for the Seven of Swords being your hope, and the reason is justice. I think that you want settlement, closure to a situation because of the Justice energy here. Justice is about settlement, closure, balance and harmonizing a situation. So I feel that this energy here, Libra, which is Judgment, the situation is about release. If you look at these people, they're literally coming up for air. So this is about breathing the fresh air again, releasing yourself from a situation. That's what the situation is. But around that, what are your hopes? Well, if you want to release yourself, then your hopes, I feel, with this Seven of Swords would be to escape a situation here. Why is that? What's the reason for escaping it? Because of justice. Maybe the matter is closed. It might be the matter is closed on somebody else's part. But also justice is a Libra card. So this is you here. This is you finding harmony and balance within yourself again. Let's have a look at your expectations. Where your expectations, we've got the 7 of coins. That's interesting. That showed up for somebody else as well. 7 of coins is the expectation. So the situation is about evaluating where you go to next in terms of love. Alright? Sometimes when you get the 7 of coins, this person has built so much up within a situation and they've seen the fruition. They've seen things grow within the situation, but they say, have I done enough, or do I need to kind of do something else? So the 7 of coins for Libra could be the situation is you're evaluating your, I don't ever think this is a reconsideration of anything, but there's certainly something to do with reevaluating or evaluating what you have grown, what you have built so far is the situation. But what are you expecting as a result of that, or around that? What are the expectations around that? Well, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is about expecting mental clarity, Ace of Swords. It could be, if this is somebody else perhaps, maybe you're expecting some form of communication. Because the situation could very much be about somebody who's reconsidering something here with the 7 of coins, in which you're expecting communication with the Ace of Swords. But it could also be, if this is you doing a lot of evaluation on what was built up in this situation, it might be, Libra, that what you're expecting is some clarity, mental clarity around the situation. What's the reason for that? Well, it's the Ace of Cups. I think that this is about somebody else here. The situation is about somebody else who's looking at what you've built up with them, and you're expecting communication. Ace of Swords, why are you expecting communication? Maybe you feel that there is still love here. Ace of Cups, there's still feelings there. Alright. I feel that you'd like to escape something. Your hopes are to escape, because the situation is about judgment, coming up for air, awakenings, rebirth, change for the better. But your hopes around that are to... it's not to avoid, it's to escape. Alright? I think that you're looking to escape something here. Because the situation is about having some rebirth for yourself. Your situation, your hopes are to escape. Why is that? Because of justice. You guys need to feel some balance and harmony back in your lives again. But your expectations are, it might be the situation is that you feel that somebody's still evaluating the situation here. In which it might be that you're expecting communication with this Ace of Swords. And what is that about? It might be that there's still love. If that's not the case, it might be you guys doing some evaluation, and in that evaluation you're expecting the truth, mental clarity. And what's the reason for that? Because maybe for some of you guys it's about healing. Ace of Cups can also be self-healing and giving yourself self-love. What's going on in the history coming? The situation is about a change is coming in for some of you guys. You've got the Wheel of Fortune showing in. What is it about that change? What is it you can't see coming in around that change? Okay, so there's an ending showing up here. Alright, so the Wheel of Fortune says wherever it turns for good or bad, there's something coming in. It might be that it's unexpected, but there's something coming in. It's quite a weird reading, but the 10 of Swords shows up as what you don't see coming in. And that's the 10 of Swords. Now, the 10 of Swords can be where something's over. The 10 of Swords can also be depression. So if you guys here are looking to escape, your situation is around judgment, breathing that fresh air again, feeling reborn. Around that you're hoping to escape, whatever this situation is, because of justice. The reason for this is justice, and the reason with justice card is you guys. Justice is your card, Libra. Finding that harmony and balance within yourself. It might be in the hidden factors that there's a change. The 10 of Swords is coming in as a result of this Wheel of Fortune. Could be a betrayal. We'd need to see what this is based on. Well, there's a King of Wands showing up here. So the reason for this betrayal is about the King of Wands. Some of you guys, it might be that you're feeling depressed because of the King of Wands. There's a change coming in here. I can see you guys are making some form of progress here in a situation. You're pursuing love. It might be that you're having, you know, quick relationships because there was a breakup here. I feel that you're looking to escape a situation here because of the situation being judgment, rebirth, being reborn, hoping that you can escape this situation here because you need to find some balance. I feel that if you guys, the situation is around you guys kind of thinking that somebody's still evaluating whether they want to be in this situation or not, and you're expecting a communication because this person's still in love with you, maybe with the Ace of Cups. It might be what the hidden facts are saying is that there is sort of something unexpected with that Wheel of Fortune coming in. It's manifesting around that unexpected thing is the 10 of Swords. So something is over, or it might be that you feel betrayed or let down. And why is that? It's by a King of Wands. Alright, this person's facing new love, so they might already be in a new relationship or something like that with that Ace of Cups showing up there. Let's have a look at what you can expect in the immediate future. Well, the Devil is the situation. The Devil represents a karmic tie, karmic bond. It represents something that you find difficult to let go of. Let's have a look at how that's manifesting as a result. What's manifesting around this Devil card here in the immediate future? Well, the High Priestess. What you'll experience in the High Priestess is somebody who sits with her feelings. Alright, because it's the Devil is the situation, but what is it about the Devil that the universe can see coming in? This High Priestess is about waiting. Alright, it's a difficult card to interpret at the best of times, but when you get this lady here, she's still very attached to something here, because she's a passive energy. She doesn't move. There's no activity going on with her. It's about sitting in your thoughts, waiting. There's a lot of still waters run deep with the High Priestess. So she's very strong. She's represented actually by Cancer, is the High Priestess. Very strong water energy going on with this lady. So there's some very deep emotions that you guys are going to be experiencing with this High Priestess card. You'll try and avoid it. What is it about this Devil energy here that's coming in? It might be that you try and avoid your feelings, because this is what she does. But the thing with the High Priestess, she actually suppresses how she feels. She says she's fine, but she's not really fine. What's the reason for that with the High Priestess? Well, there you go, because of the Five of Cups. You guys are still going to be feeling some loss on something. Situation is difficulty in letting go. There's still a very strong bond. It might be from your point of view here, Libra. Around that bond, the High Priestess is what you'd experience coming in. And this is somebody who sits within their emotions. They don't express it, but it does tend to build up with the High Priestess. Why is that? Because you're missing the person, Five of Cups. You're still lost without the individual, Libra. And what's the overall outcome? Well, the situation is the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is about being very defensive. It's about trying to block something or someone out. Let's have a look at what's manifesting as a result of that. Well, there you go. You've got your Queen of Swords energy there. You guys overall are going to be cutting somebody out. What is it around this Seven of Wands? What is it about standing in your power, standing in your truth, standing in your confidence with that Seven of Wands energy? Because that will be the situation. Well, the overall outcome is you guys, Queen of Swords. And Queen of Swords, remember, is a Libra card. So this is definitely you guys on the card. It might be that you're hurt, but it also might be because we've got a very defensive, very strong, very confident card in the Seven of Wands. And this is blocking out. This person's blocking things out. So the situation is about block out, in which what you'll experience is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords will be about cutting whoever this individual is out of your life here with this Queen of Swords energy. It's about what's the word? It's about intellectualizing again. With the Queen of Swords, she intellectualizes. Yes, she can feel hurt. I want to see what she's based on. Well, there you go. Based on the Nine of Pentacles. This is about self-value. It might be, though, be careful of that Nine of Pentacles. It's good if it represents you guys going out there, pampering yourself. You know, this Queen of Swords based on the Nine of Pentacles would be a nice energy if it was based on pampering yourself, looking out for yourself, focusing on your work, focusing on your friendships, focusing on your business. But it's not nice if you keep yourself held up in a gilded cage, because then for me the Queen of Swords becomes about sorrow and feeling sad. Alright, because it could easily be for some of you guys, the situation is the Seven of Wands, you're blocking this person out, you're saying never, never, never again. And around that, what are you doing around this situation where the Queen of Swords? Some of you guys might be feeling deep hurt. Why is that? Because of the Nine of Pentacles. You're single again for some of you guys. Okay, there's an element of being kind of just having to enjoy your own things. But for some of you guys, if this is blocking someone out, and around that you've got that Queen of Swords as the overall outcome, where you're saying you're taking a very sort of discompassionate look at the situation. Could be because with the Nine of Pentacles, you're actually developing your own interests, and you don't really need whoever this individual is. Very interesting reading.